Hi everyone, let's take a look at LeetCode programming problem 622, which is designing a circular queue. So circular queue is basically a queue wherein the front and rear of the queue can wrap around. For example, if uh, I have this queue and if I add elements in it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if I have to remove an item from in here, so I'd remove from the front as it typically happens in a queue, and now if I have to add to the rear, so my rear pointer, which is over here, this is the rear, so it would wrap around and it would come to the starting of the queue, and I can add my new value in over here, and this would become my rear pointer. And similarly, my front pointer, if I keep removing elements in from over here, for example, initially my front pointer is here, but let's say I keep on removing, so my front pointer would keep moving forward, and once it has reached this point, and if I want to further remove, and if there is an element remaining in the queue, then it would also wrap around and come to the starting of this queue in order to remove it. So the front and the rear pointers would wrap around the ends of the array, and we can use this technique for designing a circular queue. So let's see how we can do this. So for uh, doing this, we would keep track of three things. So the first thing is the size, second thing is the front pointer, let's call it F, and the third thing is the rear pointer, let's call it R. So our size initially of the queue is 0 because the queue is empty, and front and rear both are -1. Now let's say I add one element in the queue, I add 1 in the queue. So since this is the first element which got added, so both my front and rear would now become 0. So these two would become 0 and 0, and my size would grow from 0 to 1. So right now my front and rear both pointers are pointing in to this. Now let's say I add more items, so I add a 2, I add a 3. So as I keep on adding, my rear pointer would keep shifting forward. So once I have added all these items, my rear pointer would have shifted forward from its initial position to over here. That is the last position. Now let's say I remove few items from this queue. So I remove this 1 and I remove this 2. So the items are always removed from the front of the queue, so the front pointer would also shift forward. So in this case, my front pointer would have shifted forward and reached in over here. So let me just remove these things, and while I am doing this additions and removals, I will also keep track of the size of the queue. So the size right now is 2 because I have 2 elements remaining in the queue. Now let's say my maximum permitted size of the queue was 4 only. Now, and I have to add one more item. So now I have reached the index of the last index of this array, so I cannot move my rear pointer forward. So what I would do is that I would take a modulus with the size of the array. So basically my new R would become R plus 1 modulo K. So this would mean that my rear pointer would now start pointing over here, and I can add a new element in over here. So let me just remove this rear, and I can add a 5 over here. Now similarly, let's say I have to remove a few elements, so my front pointer is over here, so I remove 3. So my front pointer shifts forward, I remove 4. So now my front pointer has reached over here, and when I have to remove further, so I cannot move my front pointer forward, but still there is an element ahead of this 4 in the queue, which is this 5. So I would again wrap around my front pointer as front is equal to front plus 1% k. So again in this case what would happen is that my front pointer would be moved forward from here and it would reach here. So I can keep doing this as long as my size of the queue is greater than 0, and whenever there is whenever my size of the queue becomes equal to 0, in that case my queue is empty. So if there is an isEmpty method called to the queue, I would return a true, else false. And if my size becomes equal to k, which is the length of this array, in that case my isFull method call would return a true. So this is how we could go about solving this problem. If you want to check out the programmatic solution for this problem, please check the link I have added in the description. Thank you.